So welcome back. The second phenomenon which could not be explained on the basis of our classical mechanics is the Einstein's photoelectric effect. Okay, Einstein's photoelectric effect. So what do you mean by that photoelectric effect? So photoelectric effect is nothing but the ejection of electron from the surface or the from the material when we incident the certain amount of radiations having particular frequency. Okay, having particular frequency, and the electrons got ejected at particular frequency, and we get the emission of that electron. Okay, so this is the photoelectric effect. So here we are incidenting the photon or the radiations of particular frequency. Okay, I am talking about the frequency. So frequency is incident on that particular material and electrons got ejected. So we are studying the energy of this ejected electrons. So that is the simple photoelectric effect. So to understand this photoelectric effect, first of all we need to understand what is the difference in the energy or frequency. Like frequency is related with the energy, like energy is related with frequency by using this formula. H nu is nothing but energy E. Okay, by using this Planck's law we can say that energy is related with the frequency, or we can also say that it is hc by lambda. So wavelength and frequency, once we when I say that there is a wavelength or frequency is there, I am indirectly speaking about the energy. Okay, energy. And another one thing is that intensity. Okay, intensity. So what is the difference in this energy and intensity? So higher energy means that wavelength or frequencies are different. Okay, wavelength or frequencies are different for the two radiation. And what do you mean by one intense radiation? Okay, so sometime we can say that. Okay, so here only you can see this is like light red color. Okay, and this one is the dark red color. So here you can see that there are the same red color is there, but you can say that difference in their intensities is there. Okay, so initially when I am writing with the pen I get the dark red color, and when I am trying to like highlight certain things I am getting the light red color. So there is a difference in what their intensity. And if I use the different colors, like if I am using different colors, then there is a difference in what their energy or frequency or wavelength. Okay, so energy, just a minute. Okay, so energy or frequency, so energy or frequency or wavelength, these three things are related with your we can say that color, and intensity is related with the that amount of color. Okay, amount of color. So that is the difference between intensity and the energy or wavelength. Okay, so we have understood what is the difference in that energy and intensity. So next thing we can apply that knowledge to this photoelectric effect. Okay, photoelectric effect. So this is the Einstein's photoelectric effect. But according to classical mechanics, okay, first we will see according to classical mechanics. So according to classical mechanics, the energy of these ejected electrons will depends upon the intensity. Okay, intensity of the incident light. So the energy of this ejected electron, we can say kinetic energy say. So kinetic energy of this ejected electron will wholly depends upon the intensity of incident radiation. And this is the statement of our classical mechanics. Okay, so classical mechanics tells you that higher the intensity of radiations, higher should be its kinetic energy. But experimentally what we have found that kinetic energy of ejected electrons are not depending upon the intensity, but it is depending upon the frequency or energy of incident radiations. Okay, so intensity is not directly related with the kinetic energy. Okay, so intensity is not depends upon the kinetic energy of ejected electron, but the energy of or frequency of incident radiation is related with the kinetic energy of ejected electron. Okay, so classical mechanics tells you that energy should that kinetic energy should depends upon intensity, but experimentally we don't find that. Okay, what we have find that the kinetic energy depends upon the frequency of radiation. So these contrasting things could not be explained by using this classical mechanics, so we have to move to the another mechanics, that is quantum mechanics. And Einstein have applied that quantum of energy like Max Planck's theory in order to explain this photoelectric effect. So we will see that one by one. So the ejection of electron from the surface of metal by the radiation is called as a photoelectric effect. So the electron ejection from the metal surface was thought to occur because of the metal's electron oscillation with the light, and it will eventually break from the surface and it will possess certain kinetic energy. Okay, it will possess certain kinetic energy. So according to classical mechanics, the wave should be in the uh, okay, classical mechanics, the radiations are in the wave form, so it will should give the continuous spectrum. Okay, but experimentally we have found that the kinetic energy of ejected electron was independent of the intensity of radiations, but it is depends upon the frequency of radiation. So in 1905 the Albert Einstein have explained the photoelectric effect. For this he have got the Nobel Prize. Okay, for this effect only, photoelectric effect. So he uses the Planck's relation between the energy and frequency. So Einstein has proposed that the light of frequency nu, which was made up of the particle nature, okay, particles of a energy h nu. So the light of the form wave motion had not been given a particle nature, okay, particle character. So this radiation should have both this nature, that wave nature as well as particle nature. So Einstein use the Planck equation to show that the kinetic energy of ejected electron was equals to the incident photon minus certain electron binding potential. Okay, so there might be some like binding energy of electron. So once we have incident, say suppose um, 5 electron volt energy, and there is a 1 electron volt energy is required for the removing of that outer electron from the orbital. Okay, so the kinetic energy will depends upon what? So 5 minus 1, that is kinetic energy will be 4 electron volt. Okay, 4 electron volt, because if we incident 5 electron volt on the given substance, then out of that 5 electron volt, 1 electron volt will be utilized to remove that electron from the orbital of atom. Okay, orbital of atom, and the remaining energy will be converted into the form of kinetic energy of given electron. Okay, given electron. So that is the difference in like quantum mechanics and classical mechanics. So if we have apply like more intense beam, then what will be the change in the emission spectra? So according to classical mechanics, we should get the like increase in the kinetic energy of electron. Okay, according to classical mechanics, if we change the intensity, we should get the higher kinetic energy of ejected electron, but in actual practice we get the increase in number of ejected electrons. So we can say that intensity is directly related with the number of ejected electrons. Okay, so kinetic energy will remains constant, which is independent of intensity, but the number of ejected electrons. So suppose initially 100 electrons are ejected with 4 kilo electron volt, not kilo, okay, 4 electron volt energy. If we increase the intensity, then might be 200 or say 2000 electrons having the same kinetic energy. Okay, having the same 4 electron volt kinetic energy are get ejected once we have increased the intensity. So intensity is related with number of electrons ejected and not on the kinetic energy of ejected electrons. Okay, so next Einstein has suggested that light or the radiation is being composed of our particles. Okay, composed of our particles. So that is the photoelectric effect. Now next limitation is the Compton effect or the scattering effect. Okay, Compton effect or the scattering effect. So for scattering purpose, like Rutherford scattering experiment is there, also this Compton effect is there. So here they have used the X-ray radiations which can be incident on the given surface, like they have used the various metallic surface like gold foil or copper foil. Okay, and they have incident the X-ray radiations on that foil, and what they have observed that there are the three types of phenomenon that occur into that surface. Like once they have used the X-ray radiations which will allow to fall on the certain nucleus, various nucleus. So some radiations get scattered or deflected to a small angle, some get deflected to the large angle. Okay, and some get returned back or back scattered to the source. Okay, so they have observed three types of phenomenon. So based upon that phenomenon, they have said that like for small scattering there might be like okay, and another one is thing that some radiations are directly passed. Okay, some radiations are directly passed through the given foil. Okay, some radiations are directly passed through the given foil without scattering. Okay, so there is no change of energy for particular radiations, but for certain radiations there is a change in energy and change in angle of scattering also. So they have predicted that like in the development of atomic structure we have seen that that atom is consisting of mostly wired space, electrons are revolving around the nucleus is being in the central part of the atom. Okay, so all of these things could be explained on this scattering experiment. So this scattering experiment is only applicable if we consider the particle nature of our X-ray radiations. Okay, particle nature of X-ray radiations. Why is it so? So that we can explain on the basis of this Compton effect. So Compton effect is the scattering phenomenon. Okay, Compton effect is the scattering phenomenon. It is referred to the shift in the wavelength upon scattering of light from the stationary electron. So it is observed when the monochromatic X-rays of a particular wavelength are interacting with the atom. The X-rays get scattered at a particular angle and emerge at a different wavelength, means their energies got changed. Okay, so once they got scattered to the atom, their energies got changed. So the X-rays which get scattered by the light element, the scattered photon X-rays have the wavelength which are longer than the incident rays. So that means that photons which becomes less energetic on scattering. So this could not be explained on the basis of our wave nature of radiations alone. Okay, so for explaining this phenomenon of change in energy of scattered radiation, we have to explain on the basis of our that particle nature as well. So Compton explained the X-ray shift by attributing the Compton explained this nature by attributing the wave particle duality. Okay, so particle like momentum to the photon is applicable for the our X-ray radiations. Okay, so Compton has derived the mathematical relation between the shift in the wavelength for the particular scattering angles. So based upon this, he has given the formula like lambda, that is change in wavelength depends upon the Planck's constant, mass is the rest mass of particle, E is the charge. Okay, then c is the speed of light, then next theta is the angle of scattering. Okay, angle of scattering. So according to the above equation, the Compton shift should be independent of the wavelength of the incident radiations. Okay, it should be independent of the wavelength. It has been found experimentally, it is agreeing with the above given equation. So the shift in the wavelength which is independent of the initial wavelength and also the nature of given element. Okay, so it will only depending upon the angle of scattering. So the following cases arises where you can get the at zero angle, when there is no scattering of light, then there is no change in the wavelength shift. If angle of scattering is 90 degree, means if the angle is like perpendicular to the incident radiation, then we get the scattered radiations which are particular to the incident radiation, perpendicular to the incident radiation. And once we get the angle as 180 degree, then it will be the twice of our Compton shift. Okay, Compton shift. So the success of using energy and momentum conservation so as to explain the experimental data for the Compton effect is a powerful evidence that the electromagnetic radiations which has momentum just like as that of the particles. Okay, so this Compton effect or the scattering phenomenon also support the photon nature of our wave. Okay, photon nature of wave. And this could not be like since classical mechanics treat the radiation as a wave, okay, wave nature, but quantum mechanics treat the this radiations as wave as well as photon or the particle nature. So this could be explained on the basis of only quantum mechanics. So Compton effect has attributed the particles like nature to the given radiations or light. Okay, so that is the third phenomenon. So first phenomenon is the black body radiation, second phenomenon is the Einstein's photoelectric effect, and third phenomenon is the Compton effect. Now we have been left with only two phenomena, that is atomic spectrum and heat capacity. We'll see that in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.